My name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate last spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bombs so I could put our economy on track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Now making plans on running for office in 2018, but I still need to tell. So let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 6. When will it ever be a good time? Folks, this is another sad day. Uh, After 59 dead and 500 injured at a concert in Las Vegas, Nevada, a massacre. Now another 20 dead in a Texas church massacre today. Trump and Fox News say not a good time to debate. But when is it a good time to debate? In just a little over 2 years, we've had like 22 massacres due to guns. After all those, we've heard the same thing. Not a good time, just not a good time. I guess stopping gun massacres to big C conservatives, there's never a good time. It was not a good time to debate after the Dallas police massacre, leaving 5 dead and 11 wounded on the streets. It was not a good time to debate after Aurora massacre, leaving 16 dead and 70 wounded at the movies. It was not a good time to debate after Charleston's massacre, leaving 9 good folks shot and dead, attending Bible study at their church. It was not a good time to debate after the Orlando massacre, leaving 50 dead and more than 50 wounded at a nightclub. It was not a good time to debate after San Bernardino massacre, leaving 14 dead and 22 seriously injured at work. But don't worry, folks. You folks put in 400,085 gun permits applications to protect yourself. Did you know that there is a gun buying boom after each massacre? Nothing increases gun sales than a good old-fashioned massacre. It was not a good time to debate after Columbine, 13 dead and 22 wounded, or Sandy Hook, 20 children and 8 adults dead and 2 wounded at school. These 2 school shootings are only the worst, but not the last. It was not a good time to debate after a Texas sheriff was shot in his door. He had a gun on his side. Let's see. You're not safe walking down the streets. You're not safe at the movies. You're not safe at concerts. You're not safe at where you and I pray. You're not safe at where you play. You're not safe at where you work. Your kids are not safe at school. You're not safe at home. If it seems to me you're not safe at any place. If you're not safe any place, when will be the right time to debate ever come? Understand to delay is deny your rights, your freedoms. What rights and freedoms, you ask? Could one be your right to live in safety? Could one be a policeman's right to life? I believe that a policeman's right to go home to their wife and children. Do you? How about the growing victims' rights to life? Is the bad guy's right to have a gun more important than their and your right to life? Is the right to own a gun, in other words, more important than the right to life? That is what should be the debate all about. Do the dead have any rights? If your rights infringe on another's, do you have a duty to respect another's rights too? Moderates believe that rights have duties for this reason. Russian atheist Ayn Rand professed absolute rights with no duties. that today's conservative libertarians follow, including the Federalists, 4 of which are on our Supreme Court today. Do the dead have any rights? So who ends up with all the rights? The bad guys and the powerful? Shall not be infringed is absolute rights. How convenient for the bad guys and the powerful to have. Did you know that you have more consumer rights as a car owner than as a gun owner? I bet you didn't know that. Shall not be infringed also works to deny gun owners their rights. Remember, no laws, no rights, no regulations, no protection, no government agency, no cop on the beat, no one to protect your rights. Did you know that Remington has been manufacturing guns with faulty triggers since 1971 when they cheapened the Walker trigger design? Did you know today we know that due to court documents going back all the way to 1971? Here's a link on my Facebook page, cnbc.com, 2014, 1205, Remington to replace millions of Model 700 triggers. Okay, but Remington settled those court cases with a gag order. And here's another one, cnbc.com// Remington Under Fire tells the story. Did you know that Walker, after learning of the death, redesigned the trigger in 1973? The Remington's lawyers told the CEO that changing the trigger would be seen as an admission of guilt. So Remington, to this day, still manufactures the same faulty trigger. Walker was forced out in 1975, got retired, and was gagged. Walker had a TV crew literally follow him 24/7 every time he left the house for the rest of his life. There's a reason you don't know that there are over 7.5 million Remington guns with killer triggers. Children have been buried. How would you feel carrying your child's lifeless body due to a faulty trigger? Folks have been put in jail. Guns don't fire themselves, do they? We're talking about 25 to life. What happens to your freedom then? What do you want proof? Here's the link. cnbc.com, 2015, 1208, Remington Under Fire, The Reckoning. We are not on a road. Are we on a road to hell? If not now, when will we ever tell? I'm old enough to know when massacres didn't happen. We walked the streets all safe and sound. We went to movies without a care. We went to church. We felt very safe there. We went to nightclubs, had fun and never worried. We focused on work and never had to know when to run, hide, or fight. As children, we went to school, which was safe. We never locked our doors. We never had to worry about bad guys with guns coming to our place. What went wrong should be part of the debate. You have the right to know how and why. Well, I ran out of time, so that will have to wait for another day. If you like what you hear, would you do me a favor and subscribe to my Rory for Us YouTube.com channel? You have a good and blessed day. Bye.